Hello everyone, it is Mark Berman from TVMI. I am coming to you live from the Winter Television Critics Association press tour in Pasadena with my friend and my colleague, Brent Furdyk.
Hello everybody.
Welcome back.
Always a pleasure to be here,
Always a
Mark.
pleasure. You were here 4 months ago.
It seemed like it. Seems like I've been here for 4 months.
Now, before we even start, just refresh everyone's memory. Tell us what you're doing.
I am from TV Week, based in Vancouver.
Right.
And like Mark, I watch TV for a living.
You do. And we are right outside the ballroom where we're at the session, so it's a little noisy, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Got to make it a little
the hustle
live.
and bustle of the event.
Hustle and bustle. We are, I'm putting this up on Monday, but this is the weekend, so we're on the third day of cable. And anything of note so far that tickled your fancy?
You know what?
So to speak.
Of course, today we had sessions for Mad Men, their final press tour session for the final batch of episodes. We got a sneak peek at Better Call Saul.
That looks good.
That looks very good. Yeah, I saw the episode and quite enjoyed it. And of course, we just had a session for with Triumph, the Insult Comedy Dog, who one of my favorites. And this looks like a wacky show on Adult Swim. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I mean, if you get insulted by Triumph, then I think that's a good thing. Right?
It's a badge of honor.
It's a badge of honor. That's like the time I remember a number of years ago, Howard Stern called me an asshole.
I think I heard that.
And ultimately, my son ended up doing an internship to him, but that's okay. You know, it's interesting. I mentioned this the other day. They're setting up some things here, so it's a little noisy. The winter tour is so different from the summer tour because you don't really have as many new show patterns here. You know?
No, but that being said, once the networks start, there are upwards of 30 new shows launching in mid-season. There's a lot of stuff coming up. But you're right. There seems to be. It's a little more subdued.
It's more subdued.
It's a little more scaled down.
Right.
They're not. Let's call this the B-list shows.
Right.
But again, there are some big shows coming up in mixed amongst the B-listers.
Speaking of big shows, Empire on Fox got off to a good start in the ratings. It got sampled. Did you watch it?
I have not seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I've heard some great things.
You know, they're hoping this is going to be the next Dynasty for Fox. I mean, a number of you out there who are of a certain age don't know what Dynasty was, but that was on ABC, aired from in the 80s. And was a huge hit. It was like a Dallas type show, serialized drama.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen that type of, primetime soap. Where you've got rich people fighting over their fortune, and this set in the world of hip hop. I mean, it's a great spin on it, and I think it's very clever of them to come up with that.
Well, we did see it with the revival of Dallas on TNT, which, as a fan, I am still upset that it was canceled on a cliffhanger note, and it has not been resolved. I mean, is John Ross dead or alive? I don't know. Has anything surprised you about the fall season with anything in general? Anything that's working that's surprising you?
You know what? I'll tell you what is surprising me is that the networks are not really canceling shows. In as much as they'll say, okay, well, we're not going to be moving ahead with this, but we're going to air all the episodes.
Right.
Whereas a couple of years ago, boy, if something wasn't working,
you're right.
2 episodes, done, gone,
you
over.
are right.
I mean, why is Bad Judge still on the air?
I was just thinking that.
Things like that is tough to figure out.
Well, I have to give the networks credit. I mean, Bad Judge, A to Z, canceled shows, but they're running the 13th. My theory always is, if you're going to put a show on the air, even if the ratings are low, there are some people watching. They're entitled to see the episodes.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's always the big debate is if you've got a show that's canceled right away without letting things resolve, it is kind of a smack in the face to people who were watching it, who were stuck with it. I mean, now at least we've got the technology that they can put those things online so people can actually see them. But again, it's, it really depends on what show it is.
It reminds me, I think you and I did not agree on this, and you were correct and I was wrong. And this
I love
is
when
show,
that happens.
Yeah, well, surprisingly, I really got into Red Band Society on Fox. And I remember saying that I think this is going to be sort of Glee set in a hospital. And I think you had said you were a little concerned of the content of, having gravely ill characters. Well, here's the deal. The show was canceled. I think there are 3 episodes left, and I really do hope that Fox does air them. I don't think they will.
You know what? I doubt it. I very much doubt that. It seems like mid-season, American Idol's back. Fox is pressing the reset button.
Right,
They're going to
right.
pretend that Utopia never happened. They're going to just start afresh, so everything old that didn't work is gone, and we will never hear about it again.
Well, I think we did agree on Utopia. We said this sucks.
Well, twice a week, I mean, was a huge gamble for them to take.
Right.
For a $75 million show,
Amazing.
that's a huge commitment. And then when you did watch it, you saw this is just not working. It's not
All
good.
that money, and it looked like caca. It was so badly done. And speaking of Glee, by the way, which came back last night for its final season, it had no audience. It had just over 2 million viewers.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, let's give Fox some credit. They knew nobody was going to watch.
Right,
They really knew that the audience was limited, but they're at least honoring the show enough by letting it go out on its own terms and say goodbye.
But it also begs the conversation, which we can have at a later time. You have to know when to end a show, and Glee should have ended last year already. I mean, why bring it back for another painful season that nobody's going to watch?
That renewal did not make a lot of sense.
Did not make a lot of sense, but we are now heading back into the ballroom. We have Turner here for just a half hour.
1.5 hour session. Boy, remember when they used to do a whole morning?
I don't know what's going on. Then we have Viacom, and I hope you'll come back again.
I would love to.
By the way, you might be wondering what this is. These are our TCA badges.
TCA badges. This gets us into the ballroom, gets us into the parties. It's the Willy Wonka golden ticket of the press tour.
Don't leave home without it. But thank you very much, Brent.
Thanks, Mark.
I'll talk to you later. We'll see you back tomorrow at the next video cast from TVMI. Take care.